Here are 10 mistakes that I think that we as women make when we are on the dating scene. This one's controversial. This one's going to get me called the gold digger, and this one's going to get me called all kinds of names, but whatever. Number one, I really feel like we as women should care about how much money a guy makes, and we should, bare minimum, seek to be with someone who is our financial equal. With that being said, I'm not saying that you need to go out and search for a man who's a part of the 1%. Realistically, the average person, you're going to marry someone who is in your financial proximity. You're going to marry somebody who works in the same field as you and the same company. You're going to marry someone who's mutuals with somebody in your friend circle. You're going to marry someone who knows someone in your family, somebody who you live close to or work out at the same place. Unless you are running around in circles with rich people because you yourself are rich, you are probably not going to end up with someone rich. I know you heard a story of somebody who was pushing their grocery cart at the local neighborhood grocery store and they bumped into a millionaire and she's been living her best life ever since. Sis, that is more than likely not going to be what happens to you, sweetie. So, bare minimum, you need to at least strive to be with someone who's not going to take you backward, but who y'all see eye to eye financially. Also, we have seen what happens so many times when men are intimidated by you and when they are jealous because you make more money than him or because you have more money than him or because you have more opportunities than him. I've also heard stories from women whose husbands suggested that they have another child right when their career is starting to take off and they're just trying to find some way to kind of keep them down. So I'm not saying you got to marry somebody rich, but at the very least, marry someone who you are on an even playing field financially, not somebody who's going to take you steps back financially. Second thing I believe that we do that's a mistake in dating is not believing the red flags and we make excuses for them. Yes, you heard what he said. Yes, you saw what he did. Yes, you had a valid reason to feel the way you felt in reaction to those things. Why isn't he blocked yet? It's this mindset of thinking it is your last chance to meet someone. This guy is your absolute last chance. And when you go out into the dating field thinking that every guy is your last chance, you are more than likely to settle for someone who treats you like crap. The bare minimum boundary that everyone should have in their life, not just for dating, but in everything, is people should only have one chance to disrespect you. I get it. They had a bad day. They're not feeling well. They woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They blew out a tire this morning. They accidentally stepped on their cat. Um, you get a pass one time to be short with me. I get it. I have been short with people and had to go back and apologize. But the difference is the apology came with that behavior not being repeated. The apology came with me better communicating, hey, you know what, FYI, I'm having a bad day. You might want to back up a little bit. The famous quote, when they show you who they are, believe them. The third thing is we think we can change their mind. You want kids and that guy told you he does not want kids. But you think if he just falls in love with you enough, he'll want kid. Girl, no. Believe these men. If you don't want kids and he does want kids, you're not going to change his mind, and more than likely he's going to end up leaving you or cheating with someone and getting them pregnant. If you are not a traditional woman and he wants a traditional woman, you are going to feel the pain of trying to make a shoe fit that is not the size that you wear. You're going to die inside trying to bake cupcakes and fold his underwear. If you are a more traditional woman and he wants a modern woman, you are not going to like living that way. Stop trying to become who they want you, who you feel that they want you to be. Because if you lie, if you fake it until you believe that you can make it, sooner or later, one of you is going to become pissed. He's going to be able to tell that you don't like doing this. You're going to start hating it after a while. It's just not going to work out. We have to start having the patience to wait for people who we see eye to eye with on very important issues in relationships and in life. Number four, we need to stop trying to be a player. Listen, if it just naturally comes to you to have a roster of men that you are dating, hey, go for it. You do you. But it is also perfectly fine and acceptable to just focus on one person at a time and vetting and getting to know one person at a time. Do one person at a time does not mean that you're desperate. It does not mean that you're stupid. It just means, hey, I'm only one person. I only got time for one of you assholes, all right? The next thing is letting people negatively influence your dating decisions. Everybody knows that friend or family member or coworker that means well, but they're saying things like, you're being too picky. Time's a ticking. You're not getting any younger. I get that you mean well and all that. I get that you love me and I totally love you, but I'm not taking advice from anybody who tells me that I'm being too picky. Immediately no. This is my life that we are talking about. This is valuable time and energy that I could never get back. Have you ever volunteered at a women's shelter full of women who at one point thought that they were being too picky and their expectations were too high? Yeah, it's traumatizing and it will change the way you see things, coming from a woman who has also been in a women's shelter and once thought she was being too picky. Be picky. Be as picky as you want. Take as much time as you need. Number 6 is getting excited too soon. You've only been on 3 dates with this dude. You don't know anything serious about him, and yet you're already planning your wedding and you think he's the one. Oh, we had amazing conversation and we spent hours talking. Yes, because you're both new to each other and you're intrigued and you're extremely attracted to each other. And you're tired of being lonely and you so desperately want this to be your finally moment. Most jobs have a 60 or 90-day probationary period where if you fuck up badly enough, you know what? It was nice meeting you. I wish you the best, but you will not be continuing your journey with this company. We need to adopt that same attitude in our dating life. Again, this is our lives. This is time we cannot get back. Everybody you meet is fucking exciting. Just because a guy has an amazing conversation with you that lasts all night does not mean that he's going to make a great husband and father to your kids. My abusive ex-husband is an amazing conversationalist, charismatic, funny as hell, but also abusive as... The next thing is not getting STD or STI testing and just trusting their word for it and being frivolous with your health. Thinking that there's a look that somebody who has an STD or an STI or just being frivolous with your health. There are diseases that can kill you, that can cause you to be sick for the rest of your life and to always have to take medication and have painful flare-ups and issues. Those things can change your life. It can affect your ability to have children. Okay? If you're with someone and you're afraid to ask them to use protection or you're afraid to ask them to get tested and to share those results with you, you're not with the right person if you are afraid to communicate those things with them. This is your health. Take it the fuck seriously. The next thing is not having your own life. You're sitting by the phone wondering why he hasn't texted you. It would be agonizing if you spent 8 hours staring at your phone. Volunteer somewhere. Get a second job and make some money. I don't know. Go for a walk. Stop staring at the phone. Getting a hobby will also make you interesting and provide you with things to talk about. And if anything, if that relationship or dating that guy doesn't work out, you have other things to focus on and to look forward to other than him. Number 10, doing things to try to prove yourself. You want to prove that you're wifey material. So now you're running his errands, you're cooking for him, you're cleaning for him, and you're treating him like you are his mom or his dad. Stop it. If you simply being an amazing person is not enough for this dude and you got to become his personal assistant, it's time to cut him loose and move on.